Let's bring back Morgan Ortagus, former State Department spokesperson, founder of Polaris National Security. We were talking offline that, if your neighbor keeps coming over to your lawn and soiling your lawn, eventually you got to stop them from doing it. And so Israel faces that very plight right now. Unless it stops Iran from its malign activities, it's going to face an existential threat every day. And I don't know how people in Israel continue to live with that.
You're totally right. Listen, I agreed with Jake Sullivan right there. I caught the words that he said. It was a significant escalation by Iran. And the National Security Advisor is correct. That's the right way to frame this. We can't get used to the fact that Iran sends over 100 ballistic missiles and other missiles and weaponry into Israel. In April, when this happened, when I was with you, John and Sandra, I said that they had crossed the Rubicon, they had crossed a red line. Iran in April had never physically attacked within Israel from within Iran. And so we can't make that seem like commonplace, like something that is normal. Just because Iran doesn't necessarily have the capability to hit where they want doesn't mean they tried. As the National Security Advisor just pointed out, it is with the assistance of the United States military and our assets in the region that looks like we were able to help foil some of this. But again, the malign intent, the ill intent to kill Israeli and American civilians in Israel was there by the Islamic Republic of Iran. They are the ones escalating. They are the ones that have dragged this out into a major all-out war. It's time that they are held accountable for the terror that they have inflicted in the region for over 40 years. This has not just happened in the last year or in the last 2 weeks. This has happened for over 40 years. This is a theocratic, revolutionary regime at its core. The myth of the Iranian moderate is dead.
Morgan, he had some news there. He obviously confirming what we were already reporting, that Iran launched nearly, apparently the number is just under 200 missiles towards these targets in Israel. We heard him promise consequences. He also confirmed they do not know of any deaths in Israel as a response to this. He went on to say this attack appears to be defeated and ineffective. And it'll be interesting to see how that is analyzed, if indeed this does lead to escalation, Morgan.
Yeah, absolutely, Sandra. In my opinion, the escalation has been there. And the Trump administration, this is a key point, under Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, we had a policy that if the United States was attacked by Iran's proxy groups, their terrorist groups in the region, we would count it as an attack from Iran itself. It's high time that Israel and the United States started treating Iran that way. I would note that reports are out that the Shia militia groups in Iraq that Iran fund, trains, and equips as much as they do Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis, that those Shia militia groups are saying that they're going to target U.S. assets in Iraq as well. This comes during the middle of a negotiation that Brett McGurk and the White House is making with Iraq to withdraw U.S. forces within the next 2 years. So there's a lot going on around the region. I can tell you that we would be in a different position if we didn't spend the last 4 years giving billions of dollars in sanctions relief. And by the way, within the first year of the Trump administration, those missiles that you see, we released those sanctions at the UN.
Yeah, well, there's been this big argument about what Iran is using the money for. Maybe if it just frees up funds to buy weapons, that's what it's doing. Morgan, good to see you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.